Good morning. Good morning, Stasher. This is so hard for me to sit here without music on. It's insane. Whoop, whoop. Motherfucker, whoop. I just fixed my bowl of Fruity Pebbles. And, getting ready to go to work. I already got ready for the day. Yesterday marked 20 days clean off of meth. I forgot to even celebrate it. I like my cereal a little soggy though, but that's weird as fuck. Celebrate it with not doing dope. Feels pretty good. I feel fucking amazing. Thank you. I still got this bad boy on. But it helped me to quit, so it doesn't like that's so funny. Albie thought it helped me from withdrawals. I was like, no. What up, Wicked Witch? What up? You be blue too. I want you to be blue too. You be blue too. You're blue too. Good morning. Hi, chillin'. Wow, congratulations to you then. 7 years. I can't wait to make it there. Thank you, Wicked. Thank you so much, chillin'. That's dope. Yeah, it is hard. And I did it all on my own. Because I had to, because I didn't want to go to prison, or not prison, but I didn't want to go to jail. See, let me make this clear. That's the only reason why I didn't quit because I wanted to, or because like fucking was taking over my life and whatnot. I quit because I got pulled over and some shit was in my bag, some dumb shit. To be honest, it wasn't even mine, but I'm no snitch, right? So like I just took it as my sign to it was my time to quit for a bit or something. Now, am I sitting here and say that I'm never gonna do it again? No. I ain't gonna promise that and I ain't gonna preach on it and say all that shit. But for right now, well, they have me by the balls for the next 1.5 years. Part of the deal is so I don't have to go to treatment and all that shit or sit in jail. They put this patch on me. I give them back a clean patch. Behave. I could still go and do things. Like the first thing I asked was, can I leave the state? Because I thought of the gathering. I was like, what the fuck? And drugs ain't worth it for me. I guess, apparently. Because the first thing I thought of was, I can't go to the gathering. So, if having to quit this dumb shit so I can fulfill my dark carnival needs, that's what I gotta do. Yes, I can still smoke weed. Thank for the heavens up above, I can still smoke weed. I got a medical card. No, and all this shit. Yeah, so I smoked the fuck out of that bitch. So I lost a bag of weed somewhere actually. I'm just trying to find it. Then I even moved to like dabs and shit, but dabs still kick my ass. I ain't ready for all that yet. Mm-hmm. You guys know what that is? Mm-hmm. See, that's what I was worried about, Stasher. Oh, you mean about weed? Oh, No, no, okay. I knew that the way that the law, because that's like the first thing I looked up when I got in trouble was if I could still smoke weed. No, it's not cherry pie. It's from Bloodbath by Wacko the Kid and Insane Clown Posse. But I was okay. So like this is how it went down. If you guys want to know really quick. So like when I got pulled over, it was like last. It's already been like a year. Like it took a year to even like get shit going. But um, I knew that this was coming up because my family. It's in it. See, like I never had to pay for dope. Let's just say it that much. It came easily. It was in my family, you know, stuff like that. I was princessed a lot because my pops, who he was, is, but I never hung out with anybody because, and I didn't go advertising it, you know, because my goal is to keep him out of prison, and I didn't trust anybody because I got used for that before, and so that's why I hung out a lot, and that's why I'm on here. That's why I was always on here a lot and shit, and um, so when my friend passed away, when he unalived himself, I guess is the right term, 11 years ago is when I've been doing it straight every day, probably every day since. Because then my mom has had my son for the last 9 years. Not like because I got him taken away or nothing because she tricked me, but that's another story. Um, so I was drinking a lot. Drinking is my drug of choice, but drinking runs in my family too really bad on both sides, like alcoholism and people die. Like my uncles died from liver failure, you know, and shit like that. And I was getting really reckless, careless. Thank you, Widget. I was getting really reckless and kind of careless about my life after losing my brother, who I hung out with every day. Obviously, not that day he did that, but I ended a 7 year relationship and a family. I stopped work. I ended work, or you know, like I quit work. I was spiraling really bad downhill. Um, I didn't understand death. I still don't. But I was mad at the main man or at God or whomever for like a really long time. But my life wasn't gradually wasn't getting any better being like that. Yeah, more people do die from alcohol. And so my pops came over one time and he was like threw down a bag of dope and was like, I thought you were gonna dry up. Daughter, you're killing yourself. They're doing it the fucking same thing that Joe did, but different. He wouldn't want you doing this shit. And he kind of got all like quivery lip, like cry on me. So I sat there and I stared at that bag of dope for like 6 hours, dude. I didn't know what the fuck to do because there's dope alcohol, and I was just like, I was tired of. I felt it. I finally felt it. So meth did help me get off of alcohol. But what made me quit where I had to quit drinking? Okay, so this is the best part. Now that my friend Joseph has passed on, that's who I look up to all the time, right? More than probably God. I hate to say it, but that's who I know is my main guardian angel. That's why I'm able to live alone or you know like independently and shit because I know he's by my side. I feel him. I fucking feel him everywhere. But I finally quitting alcohol finally let me feel him though. Like I was blinded by it. Like I was just mad. I was just angry for a long time. Fuck, I was angry for a while. Just that everybody. And then I didn't want to accept that that's what he did because I grew up I got baptized as a Catholic, and it fucked me up for a long time because I have family in prison too because of meth stasher. It fucked me up because in the Catholic, you know, in our practice, when you take your own life, you suffer in purgatory, right? Okay, okay, Wicket, Widget. Thank you for stopping in. I love you. Boop boop. And so like for the longest time, I felt like he didn't do it. Like I thought he got like murdered or some shit. I think it was my way of not wanting to accept that he would do that. Um, so I was conflicted on that for a long fucking time. And then even my pops was like, daughter, Joel was on drugs. He was on dope. He was drinking. He was whatever was going on in his head. Sometimes doesn't come out. Sometimes you get, like he was trying to tell me basically like, because I was like running around with my cheek, like my head cut off, trying to figure out who murdered him. Like I made that my goal to try and find that out so that I could humble myself and not thinking he's suffering in purgatory because of how my mom made me get raised up, or my mom raised me. But um and just the fact of why he would want to do that, like why would you want to dip out on your kid? Why would you want to dip out on me? But we don't understand how they feel right before. But so I numbed the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. I felt like it worked. It didn't really work, but at the time it did. So I got off of alcohol. Um, but then check this out. I ended up getting diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And I went through this winter of fucking stiffness. Like my knees were so fucking stiff. I couldn't even bend them. Like one winter, I couldn't even fucking straighten them out. Hey, that was horrible. I never want to go through that again. Um, and then I was like so inactive at home because I didn't have my furnace wasn't working. So I survived with me and my boyfriend at the time survived with space heaters and shit. So like we'd be in our room with the TV, and everything, and then so like we'd just be sitting there inactive, and then go out in the cold, like I don't know. So anyhow, I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis through the X-rays. It wasn't in my X-rays, but it was in my blood work. That's fucking weird, no? Because it runs in the blood, runs in the family. But like you could clearly see my shit was fucked up. But the X-ray said no otherwise. But then my blood work said no, this bitch got rheumatoid. So anyway, I end up getting. I have to take these 8 little pills every week for now, like for the last fucking what? Maybe now 4 years. It might not be. It might be. And along with taking these little pills, I can't drink alcohol because it'll make me sick. So it's either keep drinking and be all stiff and fucking feel horrible like that, or quit drinking, take these pills, and the damage that's already been done, I can't get, that's that, but it'll put it in remission for a little bit. So that was my end of my drinking days. And now, so like 11 years, I had a long run with meth. And now, homeboy or homie or whoever, the main man up above, then now it's like it's time for you to quit doing that shit too. So I just go with it. That's that. If you don't heed your warnings, bad things happen, I realized. I was avoiding mine for a long time. Thank you. Sorry, I know I talk a lot. It's like a long story behind it. There's not just a way I could really like maybe shorten it up, but there's a lot more to it. But it's just I'm just saying this in regards of how things happen for a reason. Um, I've learned to accept that now. I was conflicted on it for a long time, thinking, fuck this shit. Why is this bad shit guy? Why is this bad shit? What can you do about it? You can sit and dwell and make yourself sick. Hey, I think I just found my bag of weed. Look at this. Look at that. Wait, no. You guys see that? You see that itty bitty piece of something sticking out right there? Looks like a weed bag. I've been looking for that bitch since last night. Why would I? Sure enough, I am not the smartest crayon in the fucking box, I tell ya. I hate life since I was 12, and drugs and the juggalos was the only thing that made me somewhat happy. Stasher, I completely fucking feel you, dude. See, like, my my meth habit that I had, honest to God, and I'm not even trying to sit here and be like, it's not bad, but I have 4 jobs. I have a house. I took care of my kid. I mean, like, the only thing that happened to me was I got pulled over for too dark of tint off of the res. Okay, check this out. My family, like I said, um, is in the system. The cops know my family. They know my last name. So when this motherfucker, this is what happens. This is why I don't like to leave the res very much, sadly. But I had to go there to go to work. I was like this far away from my job, motherfucker. So I still get so mad about it. And he pulls me over for too dark a tint. I forgot to leave my book bag at my friend's house like I always do. Because I was in such a rush to get to fucking work. So he pulls me over, clips this little fucking shit. Now where my cigarettes go? Clips this little thing on my fucking on my window, and he has this little thing and he clips it on there and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, just like I thought, just as I thought," and tries to tell me that shit was too dark. Then he sees my exit bag. I didn't even have any weed then. Motherfucker sees my exit bag for the dispensary and he's like, "Do you have weed? Do you have marijuana?" You know what I mean? And marijuana is legal, but they treat it like alcohol. Oh, there they are. Marijuana is legal, we got, but they treat it like alcohol. So you can't have like open containers and shit like that. Not to mention, so that was his excuse to start. Yeah, I fucking did, Stasher. No, I don't. I know that too. But I got this. They asked me about that because I had to go to jail for the night. Because I had a loker in my fucking bag with some dope in it. But the baggie of dope, when I realized what he was doing, when I realized what was happening, like I was like, this fucking prick's gonna search my shit. I didn't know what to do about the pipe because it was like in a case, like I got, but there was like probably like a less than an 8 ball maybe, but maybe it was an 8 ball. There's probably about 8 ball. So I took that shit and I shoved it up my pussy because I knew what the fuck was happening. And good thing that I did. Because check this out. Like I said, with my family, they're known for that. So like they've been trying to figure out who bringing it in, so my goal, not my thought at the time wasn't fuck, I don't want to go to jail, I don't want to get caught. My thought was I can't get caught with this because they're gonna try to question me, and I would never snitch, never ever in my fucking life. But I don't want the heat put on my family more than it already has. For real. Because for one, I knew that's why I got pulled the fuck over. He read my plate. He read my plates. He heard the last name and bam, he knew he was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up. That one time I fucked up. If I wouldn't have left my bag if I would have left my bag at my girl's house, none of this shit would have been happening. But like I said, deep down inside, when my pops would give me an ounce of dope, I would be I'd feel secure, like, whoo, at least I have this. But then again, I'd still feel sad, like, fuck, I'm tired of this life. Like I was tired, I'm tired. And so deep down I was like, I don't want to do this no more. And I was like, I'm tired of always worrying about my pops having to go to prison. I'm tired of always like he was getting his house busted in. He's already got raided twice. He's like very, very like I pray so hard on him and I'm like, I can only do so much. He got pulled over once and he had 10 pounds in his trunk and they've lucked out and they didn't find that shit because they didn't search the fucking trunk. Please don't look at the trunk. But so it was stressing me the fuck out. So I got like the slap on the hand of what could be way worse. Yes, it was for the best. I did fuck up, but and now it's happening. Like I'm same thing with my pops. Like I pray, like I knew I've had a feeling he was getting too careless. He was, little bitches come into play and they fucking get your head all fucking foggy and little fucking pussies at your door. Or I know how this. We all know how this works, right? I don't give a fuck. I'll come up in that bit. I'm like, hey, like, oh, it's different, but I get real protective over my pops because that's my pops. And but we also learn to keep each other. We're like we're an adult. I'm an adult. He's an adult. We won't get in each other's shit unless it gets physical, violent, domestic violence is involved. Then we're gonna interfere in each other's shit because that's just that. I never got into the hypodermic. I never got into the needle, so I don't know like that kind of sickness. But like I said, when you have it all the time, you don't have to worry about getting sick. But when I did come down off of this 11-year binge, I was sick for about 5 days. 5 fucking solid days. I was like, oh my God, I had anxiety so bad. And I gave 2 dirty UAs or 2 dirty mouth swabs already. So I wasn't perfect, by all means. I wasn't like, oh, I'm fucking quitting. Phew. uh, but okay, like I was saying, so after this all happened, I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna have to quit. So before I actually got on the patch and the wheels got turning, I did a hard stop for myself to help wean me. So because I had the fear of not being able to quit and I was gonna go to jail. That's all I could think of was fuck, I'm gonna go to jail, I'm gonna go to jail, I'm not gonna be able to quit. So I did it that way. And then by the time I quit, they called and they're like, well, we can't get you until next Tuesday. And this was on a Friday. So then like my dad, we had dope happened to come around. So I got high again, stayed up for 2 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday was the last day that week because I knew I was going to have to get this drug patch on Tuesday. So that's how that went down. But I had to stay away from everybody. I got rid of all my paraphernalia. I actually gave it to my family, and they stood in my kitchen and smoked smoked it all while I sat in the kitchen, while I sat in the living room. That was a little bit hard, but I did it because I knew that they were coming down. Like they would do it for me after the tables were turned, and it also made me feel better to know that I'm able to do that. But as far as I can't like sit around with people while they're all toking and smoking, I'm not there yet. But um, life is better not being on it though. I like that I wake up. Usually I go to bed if I did go to bed, it'd be like at 6, 7 in the morning. Now I actually wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. That's dope. I like sleep. I like going to sleep. Because like for a long time, it was like up for 2 days, sleep for 4 hours. Up for 3 days, sleep for 6 hours. Up for another night, 2, sleep for 4. It was like that for a long fucking time. And I was tired. Fuck, I was tired. But now I'm not. Woo! The longest I stayed up was from a Sunday to Sunday in my whole meth career. and I was fucked up a week. And like I've said, I didn't shoot out, I never shot up, so I didn't. That was just from straight smoking, snorting. That was the first and last time I ever did crack. Also, though, I loved crack. Good thing that shit's not around, because where I live, because yeah, it'd been a lot harder. But I'm a speed addict. I like speed. Um, but I also like weed. So I dabbled around the heroin. I accidentally did fentanyl. I was not. It was supposed to be China White, but it fucking ended up being fentanyl, I believe, because me and my homie got so sick. I got into pills a little bit, but meth has been my. When I first was heartbroken when I was 17, my mom put a bulb up to my. This was back when the bulbs were cool with the little hole on the side. She put a bulb up to my mouth and she said, "Hit this until you don't feel anymore." That was her way of trying to protect, I guess, make me feel better. But now that's all that I did. Yeah, I was seeing shadow people crawling on my face. Yeah, fuck yeah, I've been through all that shit. I was at that time when I stayed up from Sunday to Sunday. I was predicting shit. I was telling my mom what was gonna happen. I was like, the funny thing is that you could sit here and you could tell the story and you could remember how fucked up you were, but at the time, you can't control it. It's so fucking overwhelming on your mind. You feel like you can't tell if it's real. Like you at the time, you're so fucking sure that what you're talking about is the fucking truth. Like you know what you're talking about. It's weird. It's fucking weird, but um and then the one time when I was gonna try to dabble in the hypodermic, only because my boyfriend at the time was trying to hide it from me, and he was taking advantage of the fact that I've never shot up before, but he was getting higher than me on my motherfucking dope to boot. I don't know. So I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? So then I started Googling like shooting, you know what I'm saying? Like I was on it for like 2 months. I was driving myself crazy. My homegirl was like, my name's Chantel, but she's like, Chantel, you need to stop this shit. You're gonna drive yourself fucking nuts. You keep searching for something. You keep searching for something saying he's not doing it, and you're not gonna find it. You know, and I was just like, it was so fucking drove me nuts though, like, cause he was, I just knew he was lying. Cause like I found rigs and shit, but they'd always be somebody else's, you know, and it became a battle. That's what it became into was me trying to catch it, you know, like so. And then because he would come down off it, he'd get real angry. He was the only guy that domesticated me. He had a choking out thing, fucking weird shit like that. But so one time I was gonna do it to get back at him, not knowing like anything. Not even this is like not even knowing that like what would possibly happen to me, like the addiction of it all or whatnot. And I went over to my friend's house who I knew had needles because he was diabetic. And I sat there and I was like contemplating how I'm gonna get this needle from guy, because nobody, you know, like there's only a few that tried to push me into doing shooting up, but for the most part, everybody else was like, no, no, no. So I was like, well, I was like, I was like, I'm gonna call my pops up first. If he answers, then for some reason something was telling me just to call your dad, call my dad, call my dad. So I called him up and he's like, what are you doing? And I was kind of trying not to cry. I was kind of trying not to cry, but he could tell that I was holding back tears or whatever. And he's like, what's wrong? Is he being mean to you again? And I was like, I don't know. I just found out some shit. He is shooting up. Because his friend ratted him out accidentally. His homie. Thank you, Stasher. I didn't know he was gonna be like that either. But his brother at the time was like, I was over here doing something and they were talking and my big ear was on and I heard him say, "Oh yeah, bro, that's when you and him did that shot." And everybody kind of got quiet and they're like, you know, like then I turned and looked and I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "What?" And you know, looked at the guy who said it and dude was like, "Oh shit, what?" You know, and they were all like, and I was like, looked at my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, "Really?" And he was like, fuck, babe, this is when we were broke up. And I just turned around and I walked out. And that's when I was like, this motherfucker, wants to fuck the shit. I'm gonna show him. So I walked over to the friend's house, called my pops. For some reason, my pops was like, "Where?" He's like, "You're over at Jared's." He's like, "I'm gonna come get you." So he came and he came got me. He took me out to the shooting range, and let me shoot his 30-06 because he's like, "I just got a 30-06." He's like, I want you," because he used to take me out to the shooting range instead of how he caught on instead of because I don't have friends anymore that live around here that like I confide in like this, but at that time especially, so like instead of him having to listen to me cry and bitch around about this guy who he already hates, he started taking me out to the shooting range to get my anger out, which was fucking amazing. But they shut that shit down now. So we went to the shooting range, whatever, and we went back to my dad's spot. Yeah, it does, and I fucking loved it. I moneyed a Gatorade, a fucking one of those big ass Gatorade bottles from like 100 feet. I can't remember how far away it was, but yeah, he was pretty stoked about that. Um, he was like, yeah, I've shot sawed off shotgun. I've shot pistols. I've shot fucking. I used to have a little midnight special, but it got somebody broke in and stole it. Anywho, um, I'm still packing though. Don't get it twisted. I got my Glock in my Rari, but yeah, living single, being alone, single, like female. I got protection, but so like at the okay, so my dad comes and gets me or whatever. So after we get done shooting, we go over to his house, and he's got this bong juice, meth bong juice, of like the past I don't even know how many months. He's asked me, he's like, you want a sip? And I was like, He's like, you probably won't be able to handle the taste. And he leaves. He walks around to the kitchen. Now, being who I am, not knowing anything that's about to fucking happen, I have that bad boy and I start guzzling it like it was a shot of whiskey. My dad comes around the corner. He's like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop. I was like, and he's like, fuck, daughter. Fuck. Fuck. And I was like, what? You said I couldn't handle the taste. I handled it. He's like, oh my God. What the fuck? You just drank enough for 10 people to fucking get out. And then he kind of sits, and I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, and he sits down, his back on his chair, and he's like, fuck, because the damage is already done now. Silver sound, if you know what being a drug, you know what I'm talking about. I know I got goosebumps just fucking talking about it. So then he's like, fuck that, and I was like, what's wrong? I was like, I gotta do my dishes anyways. And he's like, he looks at me, he's like, fuck, I'll see you in a couple days. I was like, what? I was like, why? What happened to you when you did it? And he looks at me and he goes, I was like, whatever. We go outside. I took a hit of a joint. This like dark cloud seemed to start coming. Like I thought I was gonna pass out. I was like, no way. My eyes just starts getting blacker, darker, and darker. So I pass on that joint. I was like, no, I'm good. Because all I'm thinking is, and I'm like, I don't want to freak my fucking dad out. I don't want to freak my dad out. I can't do this. I couldn't see. I couldn't fucking see. And I couldn't move. My body, everything was, I knew I was still alive because I could hear my dad saying, daughter, but it sounded like this, daughter, are you okay? It was weird. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So then in my high mind, I'm like, I don't want to be like this no more. So I start going, trying to make myself, like the only way to get it out. In my right mind, I'm like, it's already in your stomach, bitch. Your fucking deal is it's done. But I just don't want to be like that high no more. So I'm outside sitting in my dad's truck, trying to fucking make myself puke, and he doesn't know what to do. So he goes inside. I think he went inside for a while, but I don't even know how long I was doing that. But I know he came back. He come running back outside, and he's like, daughter, are you still getting sick? And then he looks and he goes, what? There's nothing even there. What are you doing? And I was like, and not forgot to mention when I did this, I was already up. I hadn't ate. I was drinking a tall boy of Budweiser. I did it all fucked up. But I will never, ever, 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 ever do that again. I sit here and tell the story with a smile on my face because it's so dumb, but it was fucking crazy. So that was my first. That's why I will never ever try. I've never once wanted to shoot up after that because my shooter friends that I told that to would freak out. Ah, you got that? Like that's what they want. I was like, that's what you like? You can have that shit. Because I don't. I like to be in control of myself while I'm high. I like to, I like to get high and get shit done. And this shit, fucking. Because that's like the good, the bad. That's the cut. That's the fucking blah, 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 everything. And I'm pretty sure I've never been the same. I was fucking fried after that, a little bit more than one would be, but so that's why I never wanted to dabble because I was scared that being like they're getting that high fucking scared shit out of me. Um, that was the only time I actually ever really came down hard, and then the first time when I did the crack, that the longest I was up, I lost my voice for like a month. I lost my voice for like a month because I was trying to go to bed. And every time I try to lay down, and I just fucking kept hawking shit up. And my mom's like, you said I smoked all that crack. And I just busted out laughing. I was like, I never thought I'd hear that in my life. When I get into the juggalo world, on this internet world, just a few years ago, the juggalo world, when I was 15, when it first graced my ear holes, when I was like 8. But see, I've been in relationships for like the past 18 years, 3 different ones. And every guy I was with, I hung up my hatchet for a good amount of time, from like right when Dark Lotus got started till about 3 years ago. I wasn't into it. I wasn't jugging like that. I wasn't into this like this. I couldn't be. Um, I lost my virginity to a juggalo who's my homie still this day. When I was fit, I lost my virginity, so my fate was kind of still. But in with that that was the only time I've ever been with a juggalo actually. But with in me saying that, the small town that I live in, the dude that I was with at the time, anytime I'd always keep some kind of wicked shit on my playlist. My son's song was Boogie Woogie Woo, so that was always my excuse to at least keep that on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's my son's song. And then hate to say it, but at the time, Twisted, Heartbroken Homicidal was my shit. So like I always kept spider webs on there. Or like What is a Juggalo? Just some mainstream, the main one, not mainstream, but the main ones like that. I at least keep on. But with the dude I was with for 7 years, he was like, that reminds you of Seth, and it always caused a fight every time I try to play it. So I was like, fuck you, man. And then the other dude I was with didn't want me to listen to it because he didn't want me getting any ideas because he knew I wanted to murder him. And the last dude I was with, he was too much of a narcissist for me to jug like this. He would get jealous of me watching TV for too long without looking at him. So that's why I missed out on. I feel like I missed out on so much. That's why, like, for these last 3 years, I've just been indulging. And I finally made it to the like I've been wanting to go to the gathering. We've been talking about this ever since we were 15, you know. Um, but that's when I was like, okay, so this is how it goes, Silver. I'll tell you. Okay, what time is it? Because I gotta wait for the dispensary to open anyway. So I miss the old days when the psychopathic family was together. The gatherings. I bet I had fun, but at this gathering, just to back to be. This is the first time I ever got to experience anything like that, though. But um, what the fuck was I just gonna say? Son of a bitch. Okay, so after I finally left this last dude who fucked me up, like emotionally, mentally, I was with him for 8 years, and after I finally got, He, after I finally secured him with knocking up another female and moving at least 3 hours from where we live and marrying her, I was able to finally like try to get my shit right or with myself. I like, and I say that as in he still tries to come around to this day, but I won't let him fuck me no more because I realize that makes me feel like shit. So I cut him the fuck off. Um, but I was to the point in my relation or in the ending of everything where I was like every song was making me pissed off. Every song I was tired of me. I was getting to the point where I was tired of music and I love music. So I was like, what the fuck is happening? I bet Wizard of the Hood was fucking dope. And so I've never had Wi-Fi. I've never had whoop whoop. Booty, 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 booty. Shake the booty for weird pervy. Hi, I was just sitting here talking Stasher's ear off. Get ready to hit the road. How do I look? Do I look good? I feel like I look like shit. Yesterday was 20 days meth free, pervert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Weird Pervert Ninja loves it when I tell stories, so just join in, perv. Um, he probably already heard this story too, but he'll hear it again. I'll smoke if I want to, Kawa. Are you a cop? Thank you. Um, so like I was to the point where I was tired of, and I never had internet access. Like I like Wi-Fi and shit, growing up and shit. And so I made the choice to go back to college a few years ago, which I did graduate from and got my associates in psychology, mind you. Thank you, thank you. And so I was able to have Wi-Fi at my home. Okay, here on the res on the community college, they pay you to go to school. Like, well, in a way, but you got to still get good grades and shit like that, But so this semester, that at the time I signed up, they gave you a free laptop and free Wi-Fi because I was taking online courses because of the COVID shit. Online courses was really big, like they were pushing it a lot. Excuse me. You did miss my bowl of cereal though, perv. Sorry, but I just finished it. But so I was finally had Wi-Fi. So like I had no idea that I thought YouTube was just music, to be honest, like strictly music videos, like how MTV used to be is what I thought YouTube was. But so in order to get it helped me with my realization of or how to deal with the narcissistic dude that I was with at the time because it wasn't that easy for him to leave me the fuck alone. Um so I would watch this chick. I'd watch her chick. Her name was Jess Stanley. She helped me out so much. I'm still subscribed to her to this day. I still go in there and say what's up when when she goes live and shit like that. And I don't trust doctors. I don't trust therapists. I don't trust. They all they want to do is put me on pills. I don't want to be on pills. I could probably sell them if I really thought about it at the time, but they want to put me on shit. So I'm like, fuck that noise, no. And so I like to therapy myself. Um, I believe that you depending on your circumstances you could bring yourself out of anything. But so I turned to the YouTube and I was watching this chick. So then now it's finally to the point of after I obsessed out on narcissist this and what is a narcissist and how to deal with them. That was my obsession, right? So after I was finally got that done and taken care of, I was ready to move on from that. But then I was still at the point where I was like, I don't know what the fuck to listen to. Every song reminds me of him, or it makes me sad, or do 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 do. Okay, so being that all my years being with these little bitch boys and shit who couldn't handle my fucking the clowns, I wasn't able to listen to them like I like to. But now I fucking all I do is listen to them because I don't have no shitty memories tied on to them, to the songs. So and it turned around and it worked out perfectly. And the carnival it's like the carnival just been waiting for me to fucking come around. And I find my place. And like my whole life, there's just this hole missing. Like there's just something missing. Like I never felt like I belonged. You know, the usual juggalo shit we feel like. And it's like now I finally have. And it makes me want to cry, but I got makeup on. So I can't. And so 3 years, yeah. So then I was like, I played some ICP. I was like, oh yeah. So then I was like, fuck, Dark Lotus is probably badass. It's like Dark Lotus is probably the shit by now. And then that's when I did my homework. Yep. God said, rest in peace, Dark Lotus. And then, like, so yeah, this past 3 years it became my passion on the internet, but it's always been a part of my life. And then my one homies, they got to go, was it, what was it? What was the tour in early 2000s? Was it the Great Malenko tour? They came here, they came like 4 hours away from where I live anyways. And they can't go back. They've never been back here to Montana to where that's at because they kicked them out forever for all the Fago. Fancy worthy story. You get it? Um, but like a slew of my friends all got to go to that. And that was like right when I was, I think like that was like right when I was got knocked like into my relationships. But the craziest part is that like I actually was into Isha, or I actually was into Nodis before I got into a bit. It was probably like about '05 when they went. I think they all went to the concert. But I was into Nodis. I got into Nodis heavily before I even got into the clowns. This was back when I was a freshman, like a freshman. And we all had that one homie that was able to burn CDs. That was the homie. Bizarre. Maybe that's what it was. That's what it was. I think it was Bizarre. Yeah. And so like my fucking I had some like the main homies, right? Like the one that took my virginity, and then his home like Chris Lick. Okay, this is how we call him. The Seth Head, Chris Lick, his brother CJ, Big Bob. They used to call him Joey Joey Coobs. He had a lisp. He had a lisp too, so he thought that he was ABK for like ever. He probably still does. And then there was Shmi. Then there was Cyrus. And then there was Big Head. His name was Jordan, but he had a big head, so we called him Big Head. And then there's J5, Sad Bear, Frank Rizzo. These are all these little group of like my homies that we used to grow up with, yeah. And then I got the name Teazy, so like that just became our thing. Yeah. But when I very first heard it was on a cassette tape of my older cousins that me and my other cousin found in the basement of my grandma's that had Fuck the World on it. That was my very first ICP song that I ever heard. And we were only like 8. So we hear this song that said fuck 93 times. So we listened to it over and over and over and over again because we had to count, and then we keep losing count. So we'd have to listen to it again, not knowing what it was actually doing to our little brains. But that's dope as fuck. Also on that tape, like, because I didn't find out, of course, what we were listening to until I got older. But we listened to that tape, so, and like the older people, like our aunts and our grandmas and uncles and parents were always, they'd take that tape from us and they'd hide it, and we'd fucking sniff that bitch out, and we'd go and secretly listen to it again. They said fuck. Yeah. But also on there was Corn, Shoots and Ladders. This is when the sub was all came out. Corn, Shoots and Ladders, Marilyn Manson, Sweet Dreams. Lunes, I got 5 on it. Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise, Fuck the World, ICP. Some Bjork song, I don't fucking even remember the name of it. Rage Against the Machine, Rob Zombie. Like when I got older, when I got older, of course, you know, and I'd hear this song, I'd be like, that's one of those songs on that fucking tape. So that's how I found out who they were. And then that same cousin that me and him found that the one me and him were like 6 months apart, and we found our older cousin's shit. His mom let him have a Rob Zombie CD, and that was the only reason why I went over there, because I couldn't stand her. So I'd go over there and we jam the fuck out to it. It was cool. But that's why it's great. So then, like, my parents, of course, wouldn't let me listen to it. I had to sneak listen to Tupac, for fuck's sake. I got into Tupac real heavy. But then, like, like in high school and shit, those fucker, like one of those boys, we'd be walking through the high school and they'd be like, they were so cool. They had the fucking race shirt, you know, like that kind of shit. And like, that was back in the cool days. And they would walk through the fucking hallways and they'd have their fucking hoods on like that, you know, and they'd just be fucking, they walk by and they'd be like, yo, what's up? They walk by and they'd be like, and they swear, fucking give me a fucking burn CD of some wicked shit for free. It was so cool. So I go home and secretly listen to it. I'll never forget one of the titles of the CD, one of my favorite CDs, it was Dope Tracks for Rap Cats. Was the title of it. And the other one was The Riddler on the Roof. And I think that's all I can remember right now. Yeah, of course, cool. That was a little bit too hard for me, but such good memories. I got pictures. I'll show them one of these days. You can see Gangsta Teazy. Weird Pervert's already seen Gangsta Teazy. But no, as far as being a juggalo, I am the only one in my family. My instant family here. But they all respect it now. Now that I went to the gathering, they know how fucking serious I am about it. They shut the fuck up. My uncle, Donnie, actually calls himself Donnie Too Dope. And then he says Donnie's done too much dope, but we call him Donnie Too Dope. Did you break it? Raiders are the shit. Raiders is my team too. Go Raiders. Woo, woo. Damn, that sucks. Oh. R.I.P. That sucks. I know how that feels. Did you cuss a bunch? I bet. So this is what happens when Teazy don't have no music to listen to. I talk like a motherfucker, don't I? Shit, man. Shit, man. But yeah, so holy was good. That's Andre Nicotina. That was cool though. Ah, somebody screenshot it. Am I kissing him? Yeah, it is. Getting mad mug netting. Whoa, fuck is that? Look at that. Hold on. Let's check this out. Can you get it? Get it? Alright, this makes. Oh no, I can't do that. I know, fucking weird. Mm. I just want to ride somebody's face. Oh. I don't even want penetration because that leads to relations and relationships, and I ain't about that right now. I just want to ride somebody's face and then go home now. Thanks. Don't kiss me, no. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Ouija! You will happen, it will happen, and you will love it. It'll be 3 years next month. It'll be 3 years since I've had a wang in my Ned. Oh, I don't know if I trust those dirty mouths. Pretty sure you could still get STD from. Oh, I'll just throw some saran wrap down on that bitch, huh? Mm-hmm. What did you send me, Muppy? Thank you. He fucking clipped it. He screenshotted it. What a good mod. Now, all I gotta do is crop that bitch. We got ourselves a good post. All right, Stasher, you're lying. You fucking would. You probably have, but okay. If I wanted to ride your face, I'm pretty sure you'd let me. No offense to the woman. Just saying, dude's a dude's a dude's a dude is a dude. Hole's a hole. Well, not really. Some are bigger than others. Some are tighter than others. It's okay. I forgive you. Ugh. You guys made me laugh. Or I made me laugh. Or somebody fucking made me laugh. I don't know. Stasher's all quiet. I'm just joking, Stasher. I get a little unhinged. My bad. I will not write anybody's face that is married. Auf Wiedersehen. But hey, wait now. Eating ain't cheating, so you know. Shave the beard, shave the mustache. We don't need no evidence. I've shared balloons. I shared balloons already. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't help but think that when I was passing that bitch around too. I was like, but I've also shared many lokers and mini joints with lips. We don't think about that shit at the time, huh? But something different about a genital. You got to be careful. You got to look at. You know, don't you remember learning it back in high school, back in sexual education? We were supposed to thoroughly check each other's genital regions before having protected sex. That sounds boring as fuck. Well, if I fucking followed those rules, it's dumb. Okay, you got pube stash? Oh man. Oh, well, it'll still leave a smell, so it's gotta go. That's the rule. I ain't getting caught. Not a bad smell. Well, unless you want to smell. Well, maybe leave it. It could work out in a good way. Just don't give her a kiss. That was kind of raunchy. That even kind of made me feel fucked up. Kind of made my stomach turn a little bit. I should be a comedian. That's comedian type shit. I'm just saying all this. I don't really mean it. I respect people's boundaries and no means no. And I can't do the rape, but um, on the real, if you got a ring, you ain't gonna get in my thing. You can look though. Oh, uh, finger? Maybe fingering is okay. That's something you'd have to discuss with your wife, but I don't know. There you go. See, strip club. The funny thing about me is that when I'm in a when I'm in a when I'm in a monogamous relationship, which I believe in because I don't know, but you're just not supposed to be intimate nor do other like fuck anybody else. That's a cardinal rule unless it's agreed upon together or you got an open relationship and shit. But when it comes to going to strippers or even watching porn, I never gave a fuck because you can't do nothing. Well, you could, but I don't know. I wasn't too. See, maybe that's why I got cheated on all the time. Now that now that I think about it, because I wasn't jealous enough. I wasn't on somebody's ass enough. Not that because I was out doing like cheating. It's because I was out getting high. Because usually the motherfucker didn't want me to do meth, and I've been like, "Fuck you." That's what happened with one dude, but then I caught him because I'm a witch. My one ex, the last one, he even brought me down to the bar to watch to see him so I could see how badass he was. I stood over in the corner. I hid over in the corner out of embarrassment because he made a fool out of himself. And I still didn't pay attention to him. I was at the jukebox. Mm. Yeah, that's always been my thing is you don't ever pay enough attention. You never should. Bitch. Ooh. You're laying next to me at night, aren't you? You're fucking me. What more do you want? God damn, we're supposed to be going to work, but you broke ass don't got a job. So you just want me to sit here and stare at you? We don't pay the bills that way. Shit like that. Bizarre deserves a good stripper. I was the first one to take one of my other exes to the strip club. He got mad because the stripper could touch me but not him. Because that was the rule was girls could touch girls, but guys can't touch them or some shit. It was funny. I didn't really like her though. She smelled like sweat. I'm not down for that. I get it. It's hard. You work that shit, girl, but you can't be smelling like sweat trying to be cute and rub your boobs up on me. Mm. And it wasn't even good. It was like white girl sweat. Is that racist to say? Fuck my bad. See, the cool thing about being Native American is my sweat don't stink. To be honest. um, if you're full blood Native American, you don't even have to wear deodorant. But I got that white blood mixture in me, so that's where we get the. That's just facts. Uh, um, it's probably why the pussy's so beautiful too. When I think about it. Yep, it's all because of my Native American. Ice cream. Teazy scream. That's why I haven't fucked anybody again since my last fucking boyfriend because every time I fuck someone, they stay. Then I end up in some relationship. So now I'm scared to fuck anybody. Not because I'm scared of the wiener, because I'm scared you ain't gonna want to fucking leave, bitch. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so fucking fucked up, but it just came out like that. And I'm not taking care of a dude again. Mm-mm. If any, I'll take care of me. I take care of my son. Or, that's what it's been like. Around here, they all feel the same. Around here, boring and fucking lame. Remix. Round here. I seen them in concert. Round here. Although they're boring and they're lame. Round here, all you'll feel is pain. Whoa! There is nothing to gain playing fucking games. You've been in a relationship for 27 years. Woo! Congratulations to you. It can be done. You must be old as fuck, Silver Stasher. That's just what old people do back in the 50s. Just kidding. Congratulations. You know who also stayed? Well, see, my grandpa fucked around on my grandma, though. She went through a lot. You're not that old, and I'm not far behind you. I'm going to be 38. Look at this. You guys want to see this? I'll show you. She's in rice. That's my grandma and my grandpa. They were together for a long ass time. That's me. What the fuck happened? That's grandma. She's still alive. She's 90. Grandpa, he passed on when he was 70. That's me. That's fucking like a little China doll. Yeah, I keep them. If you hang up your past loved ones shit, they say that the ancestors will come and protect you and shit. So I got my uncle Dennis. I got my Uncle Cheeseburger. His real name was Daryl. I got my Uncle Cheeseburger's old painting that he had. See? I keep that up here under my bow my mom gave me. And then my Uncle Dennis, who is his brother, gave me this rock. It's a prayer rock. Heavy as shit. He said, if whenever in distress, you rub the prayer rock, it'll make things better. And I keep up here. It's also Native American. We call it the grandfather. It's a protector. Oh, you know what I'm talking about then, Silver. Here's I need to get more sweetgrass. And check this bitch out. Inside of a rock. My mom gave that to me a long time ago. Here's the people who boned and made me. I was in my mommy's tummy right then, I guess. Here's her and my fucking brother, should say. My Romeo. He got treated better than I did, but that's all right. He deserved it. He deserved it. And here's my bro, the one I was talking about that hung himself outside of his mom's house. That we went to prom together, but we were just friends, best friends, like brother and sister. We went because we wanted to go to the fucking is that it, man? We went because we went for the jungle juice, to be honest. It was a badass party. Thanks. That's the one I've been fucked up with from ever since. And it was the best fucking party. Now I got that song around here stuck in my fucking head. Round here. I wish I knew the words, I'd sing it. Yeah, I've thought about that dude every day for 11 years now. Right? 15, 16, 17. 2013 is when he died. Yeah. 12. Round here. Just because we went everywhere around here. We used to get fucking high and just walk around. Because his mom lived on the south side, like the end south side of town. And my mom, where I lived at, lived on the west side, that's where I come from, lived on the west end. So we would just walk from his house to my house just because we were high and we didn't know what else to do sometimes. One time, we have this, okay, like every year we have this, it's called Stampede. It's a rodeo and shit. Carnival, rodeo, circus, street dance, food stands on Main Street, all that good stuff. For like 4 days. Like a little gathering, but of not juggalos, of cowboys. And anywho, one of those years, we were high, we were bored as fuck. It was Sunday morning, the morning after, of course, the weekend of the Stampede. We had this genius idea to go and walk and search the gutters because we were bound to find something. We each found $5. Lighters, like Zippo lighters, a badass ashtray. That was about it. It was fun though. And then even we were in the back, we were in the alley behind the bar. And this cop, his name's Scotty Swain. He just passed away, actually. Rest in peace, Scotty. He'd been fucking with us ever since I was a juvie, because you know that I like to drink. I have like 15 disorderly conducts on my juvenile record for drinking, and one dangerous drug charge for a vial, an empty vial at that, of dope. But he came pulling up on us. When we were searching the back of the bar, and we were only like 17, 16 years old, you know. So he's like, "What you guys doing?" But we're sober, so he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And Joseph was like, "I'm searching for my wallet. I lost it back here," but he was just lying. And then Scotty was like, "Oh, all right, I'll help you guys look." So he was out there helping us look for nothing. Joe kept looking. Scotty would be looking. We'd look at each other, and Joseph would be over there. He'd be like, I'd be like, then Scotty look up and be like, We'll be like looking at he only did that for about 5 minutes and he's like, well, sorry you guys, you're on your own. All right, it's a good memory. Many. I got a lot of memories. A lot of memes. Mm. That cum guzzler blocked me. Whoa. That's all I seen on my messages. Oh, damn. It's gotta suck to be on the end of that other end of that conversation. But the cool thing is that now I can sit here and talk about him and not cry finally. Because I never want to not talk about him. That's my fear. My fear. I don't have a fear of dying or a fear of death. I think I just have a fear of not being remembered. Like what scares me about death is like that's it. Like people remember you for a day for your funeral and then you have to move on. Like you just have to. But I'm gonna keep talking about this motherfucker every day for the rest of my life. Is what I made my vow, strength and honor and pride. Because some people like to talk, others talk differently on him because he kind of got into some fucked up shit towards the end of his life. But I've known this fool since I was 12 years old, so I'm never gonna not talk good about him. People actually drew with a spray paint peanut fucking dicks on his tombstone and shit up there just recently actually. Shit like that. We For the first time in my life, I was mad at him towards the end too. But I'm glad that we rekindled when we did, obviously. Otherwise I would have felt so fucking much like a piece of shit. But he was caught up in some drug shit, so he was starting to rip people off. And I just don't want that to be the last said of him, because he was more than that. That's all. So I defend him just like I defend Ouija and chapter 17. Right in your motherfucking face. And if you don't like it, then bye. Scroll on. Scroll on now. That kind of type shit. Yep. One thing I noticed about gaining weight, I think it's all going to my boobs because they sure got bigger. My bra feels bigger too. I mean, tighter. You know what's crazy is when I lost weight, my boobs got smaller. What the fuck you know? Okay, okay. This could work out. That was out of the. I just had to switch it up. Trying to get all. Crybaby bitch in here. But it's been real. It's been fun. It ain't been real fun. Just joking. I think I'm gonna go. Silver Sasha, do you follow me on anything else? I never see you on anything else but YouTube. We're Pervert Ninja. I'm gonna go live on Instagram because I gotta go 23 miles out of town. If you want to join me for the ride, anybody else? Instagram is TZC17 or some shit. TZC_17. I just yeah. But otherwise than that, I could stay on here because they don't get mad or fuck, I want to listen to music. That's what's killing me on here. Killing me. This no music shit is killing my soul. Isn't there an underscore? I don't know. It should pop up. I like my Instagram, but now there's like 6 people on here. See, this always happens. Why can't I listen to music on here? Look at Ouija. He just wants to sing to me. Jeez. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Will I get copyright for that? When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. That's all I know. What happens if I do? Ah! What happens if I do? No. I'll be live on there. Whoop, whoop.